They're gonna do everything they can to take us away. Yeah. It feels so good, so great. You know what I mean? We gotta stand up and do something. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. My black people, people, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, you're sleeping. My black people, yeah. Wake up. We doing too much sleeping. We marching for the wrong reasons. All they do, they wanna lock us away and throw away the key. Crime and violence, trying to treat us with silence. Slavery is legal, so they throw away the key. I got my number a long, long time ago. I was destined for failure. That's what they thought. Reality check for the white man, for the white man, for the wrong man, wrong reasons. These niggas is teasing, they wanna take away your life. And if you let them, only if you let them, they gon' do what they wanna do what they wanna do to you.
OPNation Talk.
I'ma fight them
Podcast.
every chance I
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna stand
I need to give him a half pint of Hennessy in the glass ashtray.
and a box of Newports.
Yeah. Before they decide to make it cancel them or whatever.
Right.
But this WeUpRadio.com, OPNation Talk. Like, subscribe, share, interact. You know what I'm saying? You can go straight to the website WeUpRadio.com, and you can go to every show that's affiliated. You can go to the YouTube We Up Radio DOT.com. You got to spell out the dot.
Right.
And you can go to the Mixler app and just interact with us, man. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. And follow the page on Facebook and on IG. We Up Radio. WeUpRadio.com.
Yep, the number 216-772-3393. If you tune in, it's on the screen, scrolling across the top. Yeah. So it's 216-772-3393.
Sniper Kev, you kind of shining today, man.
Man, no, man. You know, just shaved.
Got the glistening glow.
Told you I got my soul glow today.
Yeah, I
letting it shine through.
Yeah, so today we got a special guest, man. Today we got Sniper Kev who came back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about your Second Amendment rights. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into a little bit of knowledge on it. You know what I'm saying? On what's the benefits and
right. You're gonna break it all the way down.
Yeah,
Let us know what the legal ramifications is.
Yeah. So you got a special introduction you want to do for yourself, man? Something that slogans and whatever.
I mean, my main slogan right now, man, I'm telling everybody, man, go get trained and stay ready and stay safe. That's the biggest thing, because what's coming down the pipeline, got to be ready for anything right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How do we
stay ready? You ain't got to get ready.
How do we stay ready? How do we get trained? How do we do that?
I mean, well, you can contact me directly by my Instagram at sniper_Kev_, or you can call me directly at 216-835-4730.
Okay, now when I call you and hit you up, and I'm gonna say, man, well, how do I have to? Can I have a felony? What's the legal ramifications? What's the rules for me to even get on?
Right now, listen, I've been actually getting a lot of felons trained, and actually getting their CCWs, because as long as they're not violent offenders, they can still get CCWs. They just have to go through the paperwork and probably pay the prosecutor some money.
Okay.
So they gotta pay a couple extra dollars.
Okay. All right. See that? Now, what you say, Ray?
I said they got to get a couple extra dollars. I mean, it's worth it, though.
That's what it is at the end of the day.
Because for one, it ain't even. It's ultimately not, in my mind. The way I think about it is, it's not even about getting the gun license. It's about sending that record so you can get, you know what I'm saying, more things under your belt. Like you can get more of a, you know what I'm saying, a better job and all kind of stuff.
They can they can't just have easy access to you if you do something like that. If you take care of that on that end, They can't just look at your file.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a story for you guys. Like,
what's up?
I got a guy that I trained named Jamal. This guy, every time he buy a gun, he literally sends me a picture of it. Because he never thought he would be ever to buy it.
How many pictures he done sent you?
I'm talking about 50. And this has been going on for about 2 years now.
And he got a whole gallery.
Listen, and I'm telling you, every time he sent me a picture, he said, man, thank you, Kev, man. I never thought I'd ever see this day, man. I could walk in the gun store. He said, man, I get delayed all the time, but I know I'm getting that gun. Yeah. And he'd be so happy because he said, man, back in the night, he said, man, I had 20 drug charges.
Wow.
And he literally got them all sealed.
Wow.
And now he can carry his gun legally, man.
That's great, man. See, now a lot of people didn't know that because I didn't know that. A lot of people probably didn't know that they can get a gun on the legal tip now, you know, which is great because now you got a whole lot more people that can stay ready and stay safe, you know what I'm saying? And have their freedom, you know, that we all have supposedly in this country.
But that's I like the word.
Yeah, I'm saying, but seriously, that's the problem because this information ain't readily available to everybody. That you wouldn't have known. Like I'm talking to guys now. He said, "Man, I get a license for real." I said, "Man, long as you're not a violent offender, you can."
That's seeing that a lot because a lot of people didn't know that because you know sometimes they say felons, you know, they can't do a lot of stuff. Now that's one more thing that they can do. They can get a job. You know, a felon can get a job. A felon can get a gun. That's cool.
And a lot of people don't know that they can seal their record on certain charges.
See,
Go ahead, break it back down for Goldie one time. OG Goldie, break it down for me.
So what I was saying is like I got a lot of felons actually. I actually train them to get their CCW. Long as they're not violent offenders, they can go through the process of getting the record sealed. It takes about 30 days, and the prosecutor got to sign off on it and seal it, and they actually can be up to get their CCW. Because the CCW background check is the same background check they use for you to buy a gun.
Oh. As long as it's not a violent offense.
What if they got multiple offenses?
I'm telling you, like the guy I was just telling you about, my dude Jamal. Listen, it's not violent. He had 20 drug charges against him. So he had 20 felonies for selling drugs. He sent me a picture. Listen, he sent me a picture every time he buy a gun.
What if you got gun charges?
Well, that they consider that violent.
But what if they just carry CCW?
Well, that's it. I got a lot of kids that come to my class like that too. They charge you with a CCW as long as you don't have a felony first. Because if you get caught with a gun with a felony, they charge you with a weapons under disability.
Right, weapons under disability is violent.
They trying to consider it violent. It's semantics behind
it. It's like a gray area type thing.
Because they either gonna hit you with the weapons under disability. They trying to hit you with a 3-year gun spec. That's what they're trying to do. So that now you could never get a gun with a 3-year gun spec.
What if you only had a 1-year gun spec?
Like I said, it's
the 1-year gun spec mean that it was found on the premises.
Right.
It wasn't in your possession.
So it's like I said, that's when the attorneys get in there. Because like you see what I'm saying? That's how they use, because like I got to do a shameless plug because I actually use these people myself. US Law Shield, they pay for 100% of your 100% of your attorney costs, criminal and civil. And like this program, like you could call these attorneys for attorney has to answer the phone. Like whoever's on call, you get some of the best attorneys in this state. And you actually can have this relatively available to you just by calling the number. Because it looked like a hotline number, but it's connected to an attorney's cell phone that's on duty, that's on call.
Yeah. And
you can get all that information, man.
And I paid $23 for 2 people.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's $10.95 a month for the basic premium here in Ohio.
Wow,
it's like
you can't have no offenses, can you?
No, it don't matter. It's for you. Okay. You know that don't have nothing to do with offenses.
Attorney service.
Yeah, it is.
I understand because I heard of it before, but then when I first heard of it, nobody with no issues jump on it.
Man,
it changed now.
Yeah, the U.S. Law Shield it got started out by a guy down in Texas. Got tired of citizens, not just don't matter felons or not, getting in trouble and not having legal service available to them. So they got a group of attorneys got together and started providing their services. And they basically specialize in self-defense. These attorneys got to be self-defense attorneys, not just no consignment attorneys like Tim Nisney or something. They say, well, I'm an attorney. but I'm still gonna charge you 35% on something I really don't know. These are self-defense attorneys that know that they gotta have 10 years vetted in this field.
Okay.
And they gotta bill out at like $3.50 an hour. So at $3.50 an hour in this state is one of the top 10% attorneys in this state.
Okay, you got the people that the rich folks use.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Only for a hot $10.99 a month.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, y'all doing the shameless plug, man. It must be pretty good if y'all ain't doing it, man.
It's gonna be different from the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you gotta think of it like, because when I first came on here, we had to think about it. We never talked about the what if you actually had to use your gun in self-defense. What's the next thing you gonna do?
Call somebody.
Yeah.
But so why don't you break it down for us, man? What is the process that, say, if I have someone that wants to rob me,
okay,
and I'm walking down the street, I'm not in my car or house, and I know we do have a self-defense law now, like we can stand our ground and all. So the dynamics has changed.
Yes.
But now I'm walking down the street and someone's trying to rob me, and I'm forced to use my gun.
Hey, man.
What is a good situation that you suggest that we should how we should handle it?
Man, honestly,
with the law shield.
Listen, I'm gonna be all the way real with you, man. Listen, if somebody trying to rob you, man, that's the material thing, man. If you can't get the drop on him, man, let him take it.
Yeah,
just be
what if
real
they're trying to do more than rob you though? Like they got.
Oh well.
I'm saying they obviously trying to rob you with something. Most likely.
Hey, man, listen, you use your gun in self-defense, man. The first thing you do, man, you call that attorney first, then you call 911, because what people fail to realize, like these commercials give you all this bad information that you think you gonna go home. When you shoot somebody, you getting arrested.
Yeah, you going speeding.
They're going to book
that
you.
night.
Listen, but that's the one thing why I use you as law shield, because you call this a number. We call it the oh shit number, because it's in red. It's that line is connected to the attorney, and they have 2 hours to get to you to bail you out. And what they're gonna do is just like how officers got 72 hours to actually put down a report and actually talk about what happened. They gonna same thing gonna do. They gonna send you to a hospital for shock treatment because they said, well, you were just involved in a violent crime and you're a victim of a violent crime. They gonna send you to the hospital for shock. Then you can actually testify what happened, and that's what them attorneys come in for. Listen, I told you.
Yeah, man. See, because I didn't even know some of that though. You know what I'm saying? I just know that you call an attorney and then the police. I didn't like.
That's good information to know. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, because what do you want to do? You want to sit in the hospital? Or you want to sit in jail?
I'd rather be in the hospital.
On my way home.
Yeah, exactly.
Be in the hospital.
You know.
Yeah, I definitely would like to be in the hospital. I don't want to be in there with it's too much going on in jail.
Yeah, right. I don't want to be there.
Because it ain't that much good in hospital.
Get lost in their system.
And another thing that people don't realize, listen, when you actually get, because it's gonna be a murder. They charge you with murder. And if you don't got an attorney, they send you to level 3. That's on the 3rd floor in the Justice Center, and you gonna be in. They don't care if you're a 70-year-old grandmama. You gonna be in there with the hardest criminals in the city.
Yeah.
They don't care. That's the pie. That's the pie for the murders and the violent offenders. They put you in at level 3. So, like I said, you could be a 91-year-old granddaddy, and you will be in level 3 if you use that gun. Why would you go through that when you got this attorney service?
There you go.
So let me ask you, man. For the people. Maybe they don't have an attorney.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then they had to use their weapon or their firearm, not weapon. They had to use their firearm. And now they just calling the police. What do you suggest? Like the language or how long the call should last? What they should say?
The best,
or whatever. The best way to handle that.
The best way to handle this, I'm a victim of a crime, hang up the phone.
So you ain't got to say I had to.
Yeah, I'm a victim of a crime, hang up the phone.
That's it.
So how would they know to come to where to come to?
Because this right here is a satellite.
Yeah. I mean I know that, but I'm just saying,
that's how they know.
Because the people don't really, the goofy young dudes don't really understand what they got in their hands and what they're recording themselves.
So what they do is when you call 911, what a lot of people don't know either is that the 911 call center is actually in Minnesota. Yeah. So when you call 911, that call goes to Minnesota first, and that's why they ask you who you need to talk to, and they transfer the line to the dispatcher to your city that you're in to actually get the response. So that's another thing that that's why they always say you need to know your local police fire, EMS services numbers directly, so you call them directly, because when you call 911, it's getting sent to a call center in Minnesota to come down. And the reason why I know that, and that's the reason why I know that, because I was an EMT, and that's the first thing they taught us in class, that the national call center is in Minnesota.
I never knew that. That's something you learn something new every day. See, this game on this show, man. OPNation Talk every Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. on WeUpRadio.com, 216-772-3393. You get game on this show, man.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe, comment, share, all that.
Enjoy. So, man, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? That's good information to know. So, it is good to know your local numbers.
So, and like, well, you really want to get the police, like the little joke that we had amongst ourselves, is like, you want to get the police to you real quickly. All you got to say is, hey, man, I'm a CCW carrier. I'm about to handle it myself and hang up the phone.
They get to you right away, huh?
Get to you right away.
I'm about to handle this myself. That was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny.
Handle this myself.
But that's, and they, I promise you, you know, because you think about it, when you say that, you never said what your address was either.
Yeah.
They dispatching them, the units, to that, wherever that cell phone pinged off of.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not a good idea to give an address. Say,
I mean,
look, I'm a victim of crime. I'm at 003
No, I'm gonna see, honestly,
St. Clair, and hang up.
Well, honestly, because you got to think of it like this, man. The 911 operator job is to get as much information as possible.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's when you shoot somebody, I don't care how gangster you think you is or how tough you want to be, man, it's gonna change you.
I'm sure it would.
And you sitting here and think about it. When you calling this 911 operator and say, man, I just used my gun in self-defense. Please, can you have somebody come help me? Think about what's happening. Now you're thinking to yourself, now it's this thing called survivor remorse. Survivor remorse is just happening, saying that, man, damn, maybe I shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah.
I had this family. Now you got to think about it. You on a recorded line saying that you shouldn't have killed this person. Guess what the prosecutor gonna do?
They're gonna play
They gonna keep playing it back in court, because what we need to get our people to realize that it ain't about guilty or innocent in the courtroom. It's about, is your attorney a beast enough to make 12 people believe that you was right if you 100% wrong? And that's the prosecutor job, is to know that the prosecutor know that you was right. But he got to make these people believe that you're wrong, so his win percentage can stay up.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah, damn prosecutor.
That's what it is.
That's his whole goal.
And now think about it. Now, that's why I say I use you as law shield, because you got to think about it. I'm going to ask you guys a question. I just want you guys to tell me some numbers. What you think? How much does it cost to fight a criminal case?
Too much.
Self-defense in the state of Ohio.
I figure probably a few thousand.
For somebody without a lawyer?
No, I'm saying, like,
10,000.
listen, murder case. We talking
Probably
murder
more.
case. How much, just say what you think. How much you think to fight the criminal case?
Bruh, I'm going to say,
20,000, 30,000.
yeah, because they going to want a retainer fee, then they going to want to, I'm going to say about 10.
You saying 10,000?
Yeah, I was saying
you
10.
said 10,000? You saying
10. I'm gonna
10,000?
say 10.
Listen, well, guess what, man? I hate to say it, y'all all going to jail, because 25,000 get you the public defender.
Damn.
Guess where the public defender office is? The public defender office is inside the prosecutor office. So you got an attorney that's working for the person that's trying to go send you to jail. In the state of Ohio, the minimum case to fight a murder case in Ohio gonna start about $500,000 if you want to go home.
Damn.
And that's the criminal case. That's not the civil case, because the family gonna sue you for wrongful death. So now that case going into the millions of dollars. Now you can lose your life and still win, because I call it child support. Because if you lose the civil case, they garnishing your wages because you lost the civil case. So every time you get paid, you got to pay this family because you lost the civil case, because you try to protect yourself from this terrorist demon that was trying to take something from you.
Yeah.
Because he was somebody's baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, but he tried to rob me though, man.
Exactly.
He tried to do something to me.
Because,
I'm trying to,
And that's the crazy part, because it ain't the fact that the family looking for your money because they heartbroken because you took their family member away. No, you got to pay for that foolishness. You got to pay for these 100 T-shirts they got to wear.
Yeah.
And all the airbrush jogging pants they wearing at the funeral.
The tattoo tears.
Listen, you got to listen. You got to pay for that Giant Eagle chicken.
I remember them little subs in the
sliders and the little tray. Them sandwich trays.
That's what they want you to pay for. No, and better yet, they want you to pay for the DJ and the smoke machine because they turn his weight into a kickback.
And a couple of them Hennessy and Patron bottles.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna be plenty of that. It's 12 packs.
Then you gotta think about the weed they're gonna buy. Yeah, they're gonna. So, okay. So, what's the difference between fighting the case yourself with that, with the situation you just said, and having Texas Law Shield?
Well, you fight the case with a public defender. Think of it like this: that public defender caseload, he might get 20, 25 caseloads, and you got to think about it. He pissed off because he's working in the prosecutor's office and he's not with a firm. So you think he gonna put the same amount of time into your murder case? Think about this.
Mm-hmm.
That he got to put in the same time he got to put this traffic ticket case into.
Wow.
So this is what you're dealing with because he makes $25,000 duration of the case. So this case might go into the years. He only still making $25,000 from your case, and it took 3-4 years for them to get a judgment. So he over here working his traffic ticket in court all day. When do we have time to go over your case?
Yeah. So I'm saying, what's the benefit? That's the
benefit.
Was, like, how much would you come out of money dealing with the Texas Law Shield compared to a prosecutor or someone that works in the
your $10.95 a month. As long as you stay current with your membership, it's cover your attorney fees 100%.
I will buy that for $1 any day.
Criminal and civil.
Right.
Think about it. So even when you get a justifiable homicide and win your criminal case, you still got to fight the civil case, and they're covering the civil case too, because the civil case is pretty much how the attorney that's fighting against you is putting his money up, hoping that you get a percentage out of you, so he can charge the family that 35%. So when that family runs out of money, you got to think about it. You fighting. It's like being with U.S. Law Shield. It's like fighting the government. They're never gonna run out of money. So now you using this to keep going, and now the attorney said, man, we good. We can't. I'm not about to keep fighting this case, knowing that y'all gonna keep going and peeling, and they gonna keep it peeling. It doesn't matter how many times you use it, they gonna keep fighting until you win. And right now, because I just looked them up, they got a 98.8% win percentage. And the reason why the numbers skew like that, because the guy that did have it, he was beating on his woman and actually tried to use it. And that's why they lost the case, because it was proven that he was beating on his wife.
Okay. Yeah, well,
that was goofy.
Yeah, I mean, you knew you was wrong. You used it, but that's what it's for, though. But it's worth a try. But come on, man, you knew you was, you knew you was wrong.
I mean, man, I guess everybody can't be 100% all the time, man.
And see, now that's what I'm saying. You gonna use it, and you can use it, but what do you use it for? And can you use it for everything? You see what I'm saying?
They basically based on just self-defense.
Okay.
But like I said, like they do have a non-emergency number where they will give you advice because it's an attorney. They could probably say, hey, well, we can't help you with this, but contact this person.
Okay.
So that's what it is. But they're based off just self-defense. And it ain't just with your firearm. It could be car, taser, mace, dog, cat,
police,
stun gun, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Police, like a police situation?
I mean, they had to defend you.
Right, okay.
It ain't no like, well, it's like if you win it, to win it, they got to defend you.
Yeah. Because if I got an altercation with a cop, I need to hit him up. You know what I'm saying?
And they not going to be like, no, we can't do this. That's why I don't use USCCA, because USCCA, literally in their contract, first of all, what people don't understand, that's why U.S. Law Shield is the membership. Because by law, an insurance company cannot back a crime. You use your gun in self-defense, that is a crime. That is still a homicide. So they could drop you at any time.
Yeah.
See, and that's what but he said they got hell of a marketing, because if you look up anything on YouTube, you see a USCCA ad pop up somewhere.
I don't mess with them. I'm cool on them.
Yeah. And then they want you to put up the bulk of the money up first, and then if you do win, they only want to pay you 80% of the money back. So now you done put up $250,000 and you only getting about maybe 100 of that back.
Wow.
After all the court
That's
costs,
how they get their bread,
and all that.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all right, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of a hustle, but you know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of a scam, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it definitely is.
Spam risk.
And that's what it is at the end of the day, man. Like, I mean, I let U.S. Law School come into my classes, you know, to talk to my students. Okay. And I tell my students the truth. I said, man, they wouldn't be here if I didn't use it.
Okay, there it is. There it is. Then, you know. Hey, they need to come on here, man, and help us out. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I got a guy for you guys too. Listen, Vince.
Yeah. The one guy.
Yeah, Vince.
That was the same dude that was in the class.
Yeah,
that that's the one that always come to your class. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, Vince. Listen, man. He's the area manager. Man, he probably love to come on the radio show to actually talk about U.S. Law. Because I told him yesterday, I said I was coming on, and I said I'd give y'all the shameless plug.
Yeah. Hey, you can always hit up. We'll definitely love to have him on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have to set that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he could break it down a little more because he
actually worked
all the rules and parameters,
and he actually worked for them. So of course, you know, I'm just going off.
He sold me. I was like, you know what? Just sign me up. Come on, because if I need to bust somebody's skull, I need to call. So I need somebody on my side.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
It's helpful. You know,
$10 a month.
Yeah. Think about
against $100,000 to fight a case, I'll take it.
Man, every time, listen, man, I'm paying goddamn $17.48 for goddamn Netflix right now. So
right.
So you could have just jailbreak your Fire Stick and get you a free app.
Hey man, look, listen,
I feel you.
I don't condone breaking the law. Just
know
I
break the law. That's what VPN is for.
Listen, it's a few Fire Sticks around.
Yeah,
about 6,000-7,000 channels on them.
Yeah, I seen that.
I ain't got that many.
Oh, nigga, I got about 7,000.
What the hell you gonna watch all that?
Man, I don't need to. I just know I got them. That's all.
That's what make me right.
I just need pay-per-view, man.
Listen, I got them all. Listen, I ain't paid for a UFC fight.
Right.
Look, exactly. I hope the FCC ain't listening to this. I ain't paid for a UFC fight in probably about 3 years.
That's why you.
I don't play for that.
Neither, man. Cause why?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So how did you get into actually being an instructor? Like, I know you told us last time, but for the people who haven't got a chance to see our last show together, can you enlighten them on how you became an instructor and what's the process to become one if they would like to become an instructor?
So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the backstory. So I was a criminal, so that's why I had to wait till I was like 30. I had to get right with the law first. So that's how I got started. Cause I didn't take my CCW class. Shit, I was like 30.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 34, so you know what I mean. So like I said, I had to get right with the law first. I was on the run for about 10 years, so they finally caught me. So I had to, take care of all that. Then when I took the class, I said, man, this all right. I found out it was a safety course, and then it brought me back to like when I was 18, when I actually seen my friend actually kill himself because of being ignorant of guns. Man, I really didn't fool with guns probably until I was 30.
Wow.
Look, listen, I ain't own guns, none of that. I was cool on guns. I was okay with just tussling, but then I see the tussling stopped. It stopped. So it wasn't no more tussling. So I'm like, you know what?
I need to get right.
Listen, so it was like a blessing in disguise me getting arrested by Richmond Heights. That because it made me get right with everybody that I owes money to.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's sit for 30 days. How come?
Because that's what it was. It was happening. Me sitting in Richmond Heights, then getting hey man, you free. Hey, the next thing Strongsville waiting at the door, like, hey man, you owe us some time too. So you remember now, you know what I'm saying? Keep bouncing back. So I'm like, I'm tired of this. I'm about to get ahead and get right with everybody. But then, I took my class, and I'm like, I actually I did my class. I said, hey, man, I really want to do this, man. I really enjoy, the education part of this, and actually teaching people how not to be ignorant and negligent with firearms. Because the one thing with our community is, like, I tell my students every time I do a class, I walk outside right now with my gun, open carrying my gun. Guess what they going to say? Man, that nigga on some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was in the store one day. I was in the store one day. I had mine out. It was actually in the Family Dollar. And this one little kid said, "Oh, he got a gun." His mama was like, "Shut your little ass up." You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying? But that's a problem. What? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm open carrying. It's legal in Ohio. It's legal. But the problem is, I be like, when they be like, "Man, that nigga on some bullshit." Like, nigga, you got a gun too. Like, why is it a problem for me to do something legal, but y'all want to sneak around? Because you know what? In our community, we always assimilate guns and black people with crimes. Gun, crime. It's never nothing else. We never think about hunting, sports, none of that. Gun, crime. And that's why I tell my students, I say, man, I got to break all your bad habits from which your drunk ass uncles then told y'all about guns. And I said, it's usually your mama's brother, because your mama's brother always the idiot. Like, in every family, you know what I'm saying? So I got to break all these bad habits.
Except for my dog, Big Jess.
Yeah, Big Jess. But he was still a fool, too.
Yeah, I mean, he was a knowledgeable fool.
Listen, but he was my mama's brother, so.
That was my dog, though, man.
But yeah, man, and that's what it is, because, like, I wish everybody carried guns. Because I promise you, if everybody carried guns, guess what you wouldn't hear about?
People shooting each other.
People getting shot or people getting robbed, because you know what I'm saying? Because criminals prey on the weak. So if it's easy, why not?
All right.
That's why I said I hate, like, when they say gun-free zones. That's the one word I hate. Gun-free zones. Because I said if I was a criminal, this don't mean shit to me.
I still
got my gun. Like I said, man,
I'm a criminal. What the fuck?
Like what I'm saying, I'm a criminal, man. I'm sitting here they got these long ass lines for Black Friday. I said, if I was a criminal, I'd just walk down the line and say, "Hey man, listen, hey man, that's a nice shirt, but I need all that though." Yeah. And they literally rob everybody in line, because I know, because Target, Walmart preaches not about trying to be gun-free zones. So I know nobody has a gun here. Right. So what they gonna do? Like, I'm gonna go in here and buy my PlayStation 5 with your money. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's what you here for.
I'm gonna rob this Walmart and I'm gonna go to the other one and buy the 5.
Right. I'm gonna take a few of them and sell one. You know what I'm saying? Sell a couple and keep me one. You know what I'm saying?
You're up there meeting them. You know what I'm saying? Hiding behind their car. When they pop the trunk, what's up?
That's it.
I mean, and that's crazy to me. So that's why I became an instructor, so I could teach class. You know what I'm saying? It's not more about the self-defense, because I do offer advanced courses, but man, a lot of our people don't want to get extra training. I offer free classes to the person that get the highest score in my class, and I probably get 1 or 2 people a month that actually take that up.
Yeah,
I know I would.
Watch this, but listen to this. But the people that paid $100 for the class, they all show up.
Wow. Well, I guess you need more to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how.
That's a player deal.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a player deal. $100, like. Yeah, it's usually like $150 or something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Or more.
And it's
could
crazy.
Be more.
And that's what I'm saying. So for people that actually want to become instructors, so it's 2 ways to do this. You either can go through the company I was just telling y'all, talking shit about, USCCA, because they offer the course to be an instructor, or the way I went through the NRA. The NRA makes you want to take their basic pistol course, which is our equivalence of a CCW class. Then you had to find a training counselor to actually take the instructor-led course. So you actually, and it's a 20-hour class. It's 2 days. And all it does is pretty much teaches you how to teach the class.
Okay.
And that's it. And you got to pass a marksmanship qualification. And that's sad. You got to get 16 of your 20 shots inside a 6-inch circle at 45 feet. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, and that's all.
That's it.
You are a certified instructor.
Yes. I don't know what USCCA qualification is, but that's what the NRA's is.
Okay.
They want you to pass the course and pass the marksmanship qualification.
And you certified, qualified, and bona fide to be an instructor.
Yep. That's it.
And that's all that you can set up shop. John Q, gun instructor. Licensed gun instructor.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can do it.
So
and notary.
What about people who ask about putting their kids into a class, like just to get them some kind of background knowledge of firearms? Right. Do you offer that type of thing?
Yeah, I do actually. And it's funny that I actually had a full blown argument with a young lady on Instagram about this, because I was offering kid classes. And I said I had my son shooting, I had my ex-son at the time shooting, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, There's too much gun violence out here. Now you want to put guns in the kids' hands, and that's the problem now. And I said, well, think about it. When these kids out here killing each other, I doubt they don't respect guns, first of all, because you gotta kill the curiosity. You put a gun in the kid's hand right now, what they gonna do? They gonna be excited, like, oh, I got this gun. Or, they be like, man, I got this hammer. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Right.
But now you make them grow up with them to respect them. Like I tell my son, he know the 3 rules. He'll tell you, keep the gun pointed in the safe direction. Keep your finger off the trigger to ready to shoot, and keep the gun loaded to ready to use. That's embedded into him, so he respect guns. So I taught my son gun safety, not because all the guns I got, but when he go to his friends' houses, now he be like, "Oh man, look at my daddy got," because it don't excite my son. And that's what I'm trying to teach kids. Like, if you respect guns, you can use guns for sports. It's not always got to be attributed to crimes. And that's why I try to explain to her. But I hate to say our women, get bent out of shape when a man tell them something.
She probably wasn't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the problem, right? But that's the problem we have, that our women want to sit here and argue me down about us trying to save the community. But if I was a white man trying to save our community, she'd have shut the fuck up.
Listen to him. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And that's most likely true.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part about it.
That's probably the mentality. We still can't shake it. You know what I'm saying? But,
and I'm saying, and I feel like, man, and that's a problem that I've been trying to change. Like, I've been trying to advocate for our women, but like I said, like, white man, black woman is always trying to go against a black man.
Yeah, of course.
You're
because
right about that.
we done talked about this plenty of times on the show about how women think they're independent because they supposedly don't need a man, but they need the government assistance.
Man, listen.
And that's a man.
That's their man.
But you took us out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Because of that man providing for you. He looking out for your medical. He looking out for your dental. He looking out for your food.
Yeah, getting your kids money.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So right.
And I feel like it's gonna keep getting worse. And that's why I'm trying to educate these young women now that come to my class. I get a bunch of 20, 21 something, and they got these false idols like the City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi. They see, this is what they seeing. This is what they look it up. These girls heroes now.
Yes. Yeah,
but I said, when you think about it, Cardi B married with a family.
True. Yeah.
But this is your hero for what she talking about, but not her real life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
She's not out here messing around like she talks about.
Yeah.
And that's the whole key.
Listen, the City Girls, they both got real families.
Yes.
But they rap about the stuff that y'all want to hear, but you want to live the life as they lyrics, but not live the life that they living.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
It is crazy.
They don't...
The truth is a lot to them, and they see that as exciting. That's something that they want to do. Look good, it look fun.
I'm telling you, it's the false persona of independent women, man. They don't understand the real meaning of an independent woman.
Right.
That's what that's my on my opinion, though.
And the boss bitch.
Right. Listen, it's funny that you said an independent woman, right? Who made that song?
Destiny's Child.
Think about it.
Yeah.
They all got husbands.
They do.
Yeah. They all got babies too.
They all got husbands, but they made a song about independent women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They all got husbands. Yeah,
but see, all right, let me break down my thought of an independent woman. An independent woman is someone who doesn't need someone by working for themselves. Not saying that they don't want nobody, but if they didn't have them, they wouldn't need them. Like you ain't gotta worry about going to and standing in line for your food stamps. You ain't gotta worry about getting HUD, whatever it is.
HUD.
Yeah, HUD.
Housing and Urban Development.
Right.
That's Section 8.
Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Anything government assistance. Not saying that
yourself.
See, the thing is with government assistance, it's just assistance. It's not a lifetime of benefits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They stay on it the whole life.
Exactly. Listen,
and they, you know what I'm saying? And they say, "Oh yeah, I'm independent." No, you're not. Because for one, you can't do it yourself. You need to get the government involved in your life to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got to follow their qualifications as you got to stay broke to be in that position you in. So how is that independent? Like you can't just get up and say, all right, well, I'm about to just go to the doctor. I got enough money to just pay them for whatever I need. That's independent. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You don't have to worry about that state medical that's going to pay for your meds and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You can pay it yourself out your pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a funny story about this, man. It was this young lady that was in my class. Actually, was trying to talk to me. So I fell for her trap and actually, took her out one time. So,
go ahead.
She must have been.
Go ahead, man.
You already. You
fell for the trap.
That's what I said. I fell for a trap. So I go pick her up. Guess you know what I'm saying. You already knew what I was getting myself into when she sent me the address.
Oh, what was she on 30th?
No, she was close to it. She was on 40th.
10th Street. All right, go ahead.
So I'm like, all right, man. She said, hey, man. Hey, come around here in the corner because, her mama was in the class. She said, come to my mom. Say hi to my mom. I was like, all right, man, cool. Your mama cool. All right. So her mama literally stayed in, technically, her backyard. So we literally walked out her back door to go to her little mama project. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better. So,
all right.
Her mama
right.
still lives down there.
They got 3 generations.
Oh, it gets
going
better
on 4.
Listen, it gets better than that because it was 4 generations. Her great grandmother stayed around the corner from her daughter.
So all right. So the chick you was talking to got kids too.
So eventually,
5 generations.
So that's what I said. So it's 5 generations of kids, people that lived in this project. Her kids, herself, her mama, her grandmama, and her great grandmother all stayed around the corner from each other.
All on 40th.
On 40th.
Ain't that something?
And that's crazy that you know that, and everybody here know that. You know what I'm saying? They've seen that. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame because each of us know somebody like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hurtful. It's real, but it's hurtful when you actually really think about it.
Yeah. And they don't really understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, me personally not saying that it's something wrong with you staying in the projects. It's definitely not.
Not at
but
all.
That is like an assistance type of thing. All right, I need to be here to get my life right. Because for one, you only gonna be paying probably like $25, $50 for some rent. You know what I'm saying? So if it was me, I'm gonna buy my couches and furniture and everything I need. So when I'm ready to get up out of here, I got what I need from my new spot. I already, you know what I'm saying? I got money set aside and everything. I'm cool now. I'm stable. That's what that kind of stuff is for, to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I may be wrong. But just in my eyes,
it's supposed to be temporary.
I will be getting my shit together so I can get up out of there.
But you gotta think about the premise behind the projects in the first place was for they was built for the World War II veterans when they came back.
Yeah.
That's what they was built for.
Yeah,
but then of course
we know who they for now though.
Well, exactly.
That's what it turned into because that was a lot of us.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Oh, see that's what it was. It was like, okay, the black people in the war, get them somewhere to go.
Well, technically,
it could be
in Cleveland. No, when Cleveland, what it was, they built the projects for the World War II veterans. That's why it was so close to downtown because the black people still lived on Whiskey Island. They were still out there. They wasn't in metropolitan Cleveland yet.
Yeah.
So they wanted all them white veterans to have somewhere to stay. So what happened was when white flight happened in the 50s, that's when the black people started moving into the projects.
Yeah.
And that's when, shit started going downhill.
Actually, it was because of the crack it made it start going. Because everybody had extra money. It was like,
before then.
Yeah, but I'm saying it really hit hard, though, when the crack cocaine hit.
In the 60s, you know what I'm saying? Heroin and stuff, you know what I'm saying? All kind of other dope, you know what I'm saying? Cocaine was later, you know what I'm saying? Cocaine was later because that was the rich man drug, you know what I'm saying? Then crack hit in the early 80s. It changed lives, you know what I'm saying? For the better and worse.
It definitely did change lives.
It changed lives.
It changed the world, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of change.
Priorities change, the way we look at ourselves change. It really get deep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does, man.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a whole show.
It is, definitely.
Kev, man, you got some knowledge out here, man. All right, so All right, tell us about some of your advanced classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I offer an advanced CCW class. That's one class I offer. The advanced CCW class is just pretty much, trying to get people to like the what next, because the course, the CCW class, like I said, it's just a safety course. So we don't go over holster applications. So that means you carrying a gun, but you don't even know how to draw it.
Yeah.
And I tell my students everything. The same thing I tell them. I say, man, the easiest thing you ever gonna do with a gun is pull the trigger. The easiest thing you ever gonna do. But how you gonna get to the gun to pull the trigger if you don't know how to draw it?
Yeah.
Because we don't teach that in the course.
Right.
Yeah, and they some of them don't really know how to shoot. They just like that little 2 hours. That little 2 hours that they spend in that class, you're not really learning how to shoot. You're basically just shooting the gun to get the certificate, to get your license.
And that's
in my opinion.
That's what it is. Because a lot of people, this is my favorite part. The people like, man, we really got to be in here 8 hours. I said,
bruh, man, look. In my opinion, just shut up and take the class, because for one, you get what I've experienced, you get your gun license faster than you get your driver's license. What is you talking about? 8 hours? I'll take 8 hours if I could just spend 8 hours to get my driver's license. I would do that.
Yeah,
just because for one, you got to.
It take way longer than that.
It take what, weeks to get the freaking driver's license? Because like now today it takes like about a month, because now they require you go to driving school.
Right.
Back then it was just my mama or somebody teaching me how to drive. We been a few corners, and now all I gotta do is pass this parallel parking,
and I'm good
and don't
to
make
go.
the drive, don't make the instructor nervous. I got my license.
Right, I'm good to go.
You know
That's how I went. That's what I did.
Yeah,
that's almost the same way with this gun class. Like,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Don't make the instructor nervous. You probably must go past.
Yeah, I remember you failed somebody because they wasn't paying attention. They made him nervous. He's like, hey,
they shot themselves in the foot or something.
No, he just wasn't listening. He made him nervous.
Like, hey man, you gotta get up out of here, brother.
Damn, he made you that nervous. Like because
when that instructor tells you down, what is it? Downrange.
So
that means I'm walking downrange.
Oh, you there lead? Don't shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, stop shooting. He said, look, when I say downrange,
don't
you
shoot.
Stop shooting your weapon. Or your firearm. What's the hot weapon? Firearm.
That's what I tell them. Downrange. And I make them say it back to me so I know everybody heard me.
Okay.
So that's the call I say when I'm like downrange. That let everybody know. Put the gun down, step back. They say it back to me. I go downrange to change the target or something.
So he won't die.
Pretty much.
We don't need the instructor to die.
So somebody shot when you after you said downrange?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Hey, bro, you got to go.
Instantly.
You got to get up out of here.
Instant disqualification.
Yeah.
Instant suspension.
But that's what I'm saying. That goes back to what I'm saying. Our people don't respect firearms because it goes back to gun, black people, crime. There's no in between. That's why you think about why you think the little young boys carry all their pistols in their pockets.
Why you think they want to have a motherfucking extendo 30 clip? Because they don't understand them damn 30 clips jam.
Yeah,
I've seen it so many times, read up things jam so much it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
it's worthless. Like
it is.
Why? If you want to get something with a nice amount of rounds in it, I say get like a 15 and up.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Even 12 is okay. But me personally, I got a 16 and an 18
That's
clip.
it, man. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's extended enough for me. I don't need that many.
Because I'm trying to tell you, that's it, man. Listen, it only take one to stop.
In the right place. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, man, when you start making them guns heavier, you setting it up for malfunctions. And that's what I try to tell them. Now, you got a gun. Most guns probably weigh maybe 20-something ounces.
Yeah.
This extended magazine holds 33 rounds in it, and you got to load it up with bullets. So now you just made this gun 5 pounds heavier than what it already is.
Sticking out crazy. Like, it'd be just all over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand open carry is legal and all that.
But why would you going to be looking like that?
Because they think it's cool. They hear the rap.
They
and all
look
that.
at the videos, man.
They think it's cool.
The videos, man.
They're going to die, man. Like, if you want an extended clip, I say get the drum.
You're gonna do that, huh?
Yeah, it's for one, it is a little bulky, but it ain't gonna jam on like a 30 clip.
Now think about it still, even with a drum. Listen, That's putting 50 bullets. You know what I'm saying? So that means the gun is 10 pounds heavier now.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be heavier.
So you got to think about it. Let's just use gravity and effect. That you think about it. You got something that's trying to feed up into something, and then you got something pulling it down. You're gonna have malfunctions, and that's what I try to explain to these kids. Then you got to think. Let's think about it realistically. All right, I got a 50-round drum in my gun. That means I can shoot 50 times, and if you actually smart with it, you actually 51 times because you got 50 plus 1.
Yeah.
So I just shot 51 times. First of all, your arm gonna get tired from shooting that many times because most people don't train enough to actually shoot that many times. So now your muzzle, your gun start going down. Guess what happened? Now you're ricocheting off the ground. Now these bullets are just hitting anything now. You're not even aiming the gun anymore. You're just hoping that the person you shooting at stops shooting first. Because that's what these young boys do. They going off hope that this person stops shooting first. They not even. I said, man, y'all ain't even trying to kill each other. Y'all just hope that they stop shooting.
Y'all just aim at it in a direction instead of aiming at the person.
Fire. That's the same thing the military do. They suppress fire. They keep everybody's heads down so somebody else can move around and actually get the drop on them.
Yeah,
that's all they doing. They suppressing each other's fire.
So, why don't you walk us through the process? And we're just gonna talk about black people specifically right now.
All right.
And because I've had issues with this. Why don't you talk about the process of buying a firearm in one of these places? Most likely it'll be a white ran facility that sells these guns. Why don't you walk us through the process, man?
All right. Well, I'll tell you firsthand because I used to work in one, and I put the name out there, the Palm Armory, and I was their diversity because we wasn't comfortable in there.
No, we ain't.
Because they damn sure wasn't trying to make you comfortable either.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the process is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done seen some screw stuff happen because you could get a perceive from the FBI because that's who we got to call in to the next check to, and they still delay you just because of they can because they in control of that 4473.
Right.
They had the right proceed on the paperwork, but they can come to you like, hey man, you got delayed, you got to come back.
Right. Even with CCW.
Even with CCW because not all ranges will accept your CCW at the background check.
Right.
I'm telling you, the Palm Armory will not accept your CCW.
Crazy. That's wild.
They won't. They will not accept your CCW.
Is that like for us or for everybody?
I mean, they do it for they say it's for everybody,
yeah,
but
of course.
But you know that's just what it is. Like I said, they say they got burnt a few times because you know if you do have a crime with your CCW, you're supposed to surrender your CCW.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't surrender their CCW.
Of course.
So if you know a gun store that actually just do your CCW as a background check, you still can buy guns, even though you might get a domestic violence.
But how would they know? Because you know it take like 30 days for some stuff to really hit.
Yeah, but like I said, they won't know.
I can commit a crime today.
Well, yeah,
and
think
go buy
like I said,
one and they won't know.
That's what I said. They won't know, especially if I'm only using your CCW as your background check.
Yeah.
Because in Ohio, you can say, well, you got a CCW. It's the same background check to buy a gun anyway. Yeah. So I'm just gonna copy your CCW, make you fill out the paperwork. You take the gun with you.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people stopped doing. Like the Fin doesn't do it anymore. It's only a few places that if you got a CCW, you can just fill out the paperwork, get the gun. As long as it's not expired.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I know, definitely.
That's a lot. I'm just sitting up here just letting the information soak.
This get deep, man. Because I done tried to buy, like, for an example, let me see, about a month ago, I was me and one of my family members, my niece. She, she had a situation. She got her gun stolen or it was lost, misplaced, or whatever the case. And we go to point blank, shoot point blank out in the Minter. And she like, well, damn, man, nobody gonna help us? You know what I'm saying?
And that's
like,
how listen, point blank like that.
Yeah.
I don't buy nothing out of point blank. Actually, the crazy part about it, I got hired to work at point blank.
Yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing is that they will take your CCW as a background. So that's probably the only good thing about them. Yeah. But when we tried to buy gun, like our guns or whatever, our firearms, they was just playing around with us. You know what I'm saying? And it was like they didn't want us to buy it. And I think it was because we are who we are. Yeah. We the colored people, black folks.
And it's crazy. Like it's actually it was actually at the time a black girl that actually worked there.
Oh yeah. Now this was all white folks, and when nobody black working there at all.
Yeah, and
this was only a month ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a problem too, cause like it's not much diversity in these gun stores.
No, that's why I wanted you to get into. You know what I'm saying?
It's by design.
Do you even know the process of buying and owning a gun store? Like, I know you probably know how to.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's first thing first. If you want to do that, you got to get an FFL license. That's a federal firearms license. You get that from the ATF. The crazy part about it, it's not hard to get it, because the ATF actually want to give these licenses out. It's not a hard process. You can you want to get a simple FFL license that's just for you to sell and transfer guns. It probably costs you like $300 a year. Now, if you want to get into the explosive NFA items is like, fully automatic firearms, suppressors and all that stuff is going to cost you like $2,000 a year. So you could have these licenses. It's called a Class 3 license. Once you get that, then you got to get a place, because like if you get an FFL license right now, your home address will be where you have to sell guns at.
Yeah.
Unless you go into like a gun show or something like that. So now your home address becomes public information until you actually get a site that you're going to sell the guns out of.
Right. Yeah.
And then you got to designate a room where you only doing your sales at. So that's the only room the ATF have access to. So once you pay for the FFL license, now the next thing you got to do, you just got to get like a building.
Yeah.
And then you got to find out the city ordinance. Because some city ordinance doesn't want you to have guns. That's why this place you just talked about, Shoot Point Blank, it took them a couple of years for them to even open up. All they had to do was move 500 feet back. They could have opened up immediately. Because it's in Menor and not in Painesville. If they was in Painesville, they could have opened up as soon as they broke ground.
Oh, well.
So you see what I'm saying? Because some city had them ordinance. Painesville would have opened. They literally, the Painesville border where Shoot Point Blank is literally 500 feet behind the building.
Oh, wow. It's like that close.
Yeah. And the same thing with where I used to work at the Palmer Armory. If the owner, Rob, wasn't in with that city, they would never let him open at a gun store in that city. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't, because it's a range as well. They wouldn't have let him open it up because he wanted to make a range. So they said the gun store was cool, but him adding the shooting range to it, he had to go through a lot of paperwork and channels for him to open up the big range. It took him almost a year for them to actually get approval, city approval.
Hey man, like, subscribe, follow, share, call in 216-772-3393. You know what I'm saying? My man Kev dropping these jewels on his knowledge and all that, man. If you want to get your CCWs, you know what I'm saying? If you want to gain knowledge on the firearms and advanced courses, or just want to go to the range and just pop a couple rounds off, man, you can always hit up Sniper Kev, man. You can get your, you know what I'm saying? You can get all that, your credentials and everything, man.
Everything, listen.
Get legal.
Listen, CCW classes, kid courses, advanced classes, rifle classes, shotgun classes, do it all.
Yeah. Hey, you a cold man, man. You cold, bro.
Man, listen.
Like I say, I remember the day, man, when we was young, man. A lot of people don't even know how long me and Kev really been, like.
Man.
We lived on the same street.
Yeah.
We done kicked it. We done did a lot of stuff together. I don't want to talk about, but you know what I'm saying. We done.
But y'all go back.
Yeah, we go, man. Talking about preteens, man.
Y'all go back.
You know what I'm saying? I like.
Yeah, like 11.
Like we basically we family for real. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, man.
Because listen, his brother is one of my cousin's fathers. So
wow,
it's deeper than this.
It go like family. It's like family, real fam.
I got like 30 something brothers, sisters.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow, that's a lot of siblings, man.
Yeah, man.
She didn't last that long in y'all house.
No, see, it was my daddy was just like he was a walking dick.
He was a Rolling Stone. Okay,
he would just
say that.
He just touch somebody, touch one of them and get pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
He's a Rolling
now,
Stone.
I will say that my daddy didn't just like hit and run. He did stay with the woman he was with for a while.
But he was
before it ended. Maybe he did something stupid and it ended. I don't know, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, let me just one time real quick and bounce. He actually had multiple kids with most of the ladies he was involved with. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, it's 3 of us from my mother, even though it's a set of twins and me. You know what I'm saying? But he was there long enough that he if it was just only 2 kids, he was long enough that it was 2 of us.
Look, that was the plan. It was only be 2 of y'all, but Michael was hiding.
Yeah,
he only was planning for 2.
It's only from my understanding, it's probably that I know of. It's probably two of my siblings or his kids that is the only child by their mom that I know of.
Wow.
It could be some, but the ones that I know of, it may be 3 that I know of. I don't really talk to my one brother. He kind of like, he got that little. It's a little thing that I don't mess with y'all type thing. You know what I'm saying? But he's still cool.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I'm just Okay. Yeah. But yeah, we got a lot of brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we do, man.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, man, like, subscribe, share, etc. Make sure y'all say the number Lockazine 216-772-3393.
Yeah.
We are on WeUpRadio.com. That's the actual website. You can find it. You can find out all of the shows that's involved in on the website, and you can send your music for free for any artist who would like to send their music. Please go on to WeUpRadio.com. You can send it for free, and you can get it played for free. And if you and if we like it enough, specifically OG Goldie, he will play it in the club. Probably. I'm not saying he will, but it's a possibility.
It's a strong possibility.
You might get your breaker broke. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Man?
Right. Because he be at all the spots, man.
And we ain't charging you. We're not charging you
at all.
This is 24-hour station, and when we're off the air, it still goes on.
So people can hear you even in. So yeah, they'll tell people to like and subscribe, tell people and even share it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you get your music exposed. That's the way people hear it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have everything.
These dudes don't know how to promote their own music now, man.
They don't. And they have so many vehicles that they can use. But here, I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
So, how you guys feel about the new thing, y'all? Stop Asian hate.
Stop Asian hate.
Man, I mean, okay, but we've been getting hated on all this time. They never stood with us.
500 years, though.
You know what I'm saying? Now they asking us to stand with them. And okay, I guess I would, based on the fact that, okay, no hate is good. But at the same time, where was y'all at when we was getting our heads busted in, man?
We could just even talk about recently. Where was you at when George Floyd got a knee on his neck for almost 10 minutes?
Where was you at with Tamir Rice? Where was you at?
Or even where was you at with Breonna Taylor?
Where was you at with her?
I'm talking about recent stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that just happened type stuff. Like where was you at when this? Like where
stop
was
Asian hate toward me? I was called a nigga by an Asian boy.
Listen, but I got one for you.
When I was little.
But you know what's crazy? Like from the last time I told you I wasn't like a big advocate of Black Lives Matter because I don't like what they stand for because they never promote black men.
She got a house.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
She built a nice house, $2 million, man.
You know what I'm saying? But they talking about they trying to bring awareness to what's happened to black people, but you never see a black man in the forefront of Black Lives Matter.
And if he is, it's kind of questionable.
Unless they,
you know what I'm saying? Literally,
that one dude kind of questionable.
They gotta be.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Get into it. Like I said, if it's a black man in the forefront of Black Lives Matter, he's always a punk.
Right. That's it. You said what I was kind of smoothing over.
That's what it is. It's always it's never a strong black man. Because you know why? Because they believe in this thing called toxic masculinity. I can't believe that's even a word. Toxic masculinity.
Who the hell made that white dude?
Because you know what it is? It's saying that being a strong man it's toxic in today's society.
And anybody who's showing any kind of sign of strength is going to get. It's going to be a target.
Exactly, and that's what it is, because that's what I feel like they're trying to do. Black women, white men are trying to demasculate black men because it's the new form of buck busting.
Yep. Just doing it in a different way.
It's a different way.
Same thing.
Think about it.
They got the TV, the shows, and all that stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Think about it. Every time you turn on TV, you always see black shit, gay shit. It's all one thing now.
And what I hate about it is, man, I know this happened to y'all before. It was a movie or a show that you was just into, like, man, this movie good, or this show dope, like, you know what I'm saying, I can't wait till the next show.
Right.
And then next thing you know,
Empire.
It's just a gay thing.
It's
that
some
just
gay shit.
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah. I never watched
Listen.
Empire because I
Empire.
was cool.
Where's it? I got one for you. See, my shit was Pussy Valley because I'm a pervert. I like it. I seen some strippers.
Dude with the beard threw me off.
I seen some
I
strippers.
didn't watch that either.
Listen, I seen
go
some
ahead.
strippers. I said, "Oh, this is my type of show." Then I see a big punk running the strip club.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Big
the thing.
punk. Then listen, the tough rapper nigga end up being a punk with the big man owning punk. And I'm like, I stopped watching it right then and there because I'm like, damn. I said, me, I'm like, I can see some ass shaking on TV. Oh, this is great.
You're right, but look what ass
There we
it
go.
is.
Man, look,
They put the dress on the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. See, you can't enjoy.
and-
You can't enjoy anything without.
exactly, because it's demasculating the black man. So because look at this. You didn't hear "Stop All Hate," did you? But you damn sure said "All Lives Matter," right?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit, though. I mean,
Right,
we know
but
all
but
lives
he
matter,
right, though.
but
Yeah.
all lives ain't getting their asses beat. They ain't getting killed.
But you hear what I say. The fact that you can hear it, you said it.
Blue
All
lives.
lives matter. Blue lives matter. You don't hear "Stop Blue Hate."
Nope.
You don't damn sure don't say "Stop All Hate."
Nope.
But you heard "All lives matter."
Which is obvious, but fuck, all
But you
lives
see-
ain't getting beat
But
up.
that's what I'm saying. You don't hear these white folks talking about "Stop All Hate."
Exactly.
Of course, man. They don't care about.
They'll stand with
all
them.
that.
Because
They care about putting them in their pocket.
But listen, that's what I'm saying. Because
That's
it's a
it.
deeper root. Because the Asian man is more susceptible being white in America than a black man can be.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
if you get the Asian man on your side, think about it. You see how fast Biden signed that bill
Yeah.
of Asian
He
hate?
sounded like shit that week. Maybe not even that. It
But
wasn't even
listen,
a whole week.
But that man said you ain't black if you don't vote for him.
right.
Yeah, what he do for the black folk?
Man,
This is what our president said. He said you're not black if you don't vote for me.
All right.
That's what he said.
But he signed a bill that say to stop Asian hate, making
Right.
you a domestic terrorist if you do something to an Asian person.
That's crazy.
we getting killed every day.
And white people can't be domestic terrorists if they're bombing something or if they're killing mass if they're
think
doing
about that.
mass
the
murder.
perception says that.
That's what I'm saying.
Ain't that terrorism? The
Very
domestic
That's what
terrorists?
domestic terrorist.
Exactly.
You think about this shit, man. You a domestic terrorist. Do you know that they will send you to a detention facility for that shit? To being a domestic terrorist?
Guantanamo, nigga. You know
But
what I'm
it's a
saying?
lot of domestic terrorism out here
Ain't
that's
it, though?
not being addressed right.
Yeah, thank you.
Because,
You know what I'm
like I
saying?
said, so that man that we put in office, like I said, y'all know my viewpoints, and like I said, I get to listen to my viewpoint. Yeah, Orange Buddy wasn't great, but he was better than what we got.
It's all wings of the same
Yeah,
bird,
that-
man.
you know what I'm saying?
It's all wings of the
It is.
same bird.
And that's what it
It's
is.
All,
And that-
all messed up.
And that's what it is, because when you go Democrat or Republican, they all in the same sandbox with each other.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. You know,
Some of them want a bigger castle than the next, but they all in the
That's it.
same
They
box.
all in the same sandbox.
They're going right. So
But-
it's like, we
and
got to
it-
talk about the whole system, man.
And that's
up.
where it starts at, because it's like I said, it's a ploy against us, and they're using our women. I keep specifying. So I
Yeah.
hope some of our women are listening, that they're using our
got a
women
couple.
against us. Because think about it, our women they talk, and I'm talking about punks, or gay, or whatever you want to be politically correct. They use their speech. Think
Yeah.
about it. They've been talking like this since the 70s. Our women started changing their bodies. Punks been changing their bodies since the 70s.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Well,
All
probably
this.
earlier,
Listen,
maybe.
They infiltrated our women by becoming hairstylists, nail techs. They do
fashion designers.
You know what I'm saying? All this, so they can be with our women. Now think of this:
makeup artists.
You sitting at home with your woman, right? Y'all watch the TV. Some gay shit come on. You like, man, go ahead, turn this shit, man. I don't want to watch this shit. Your woman feel like she could check you and say, "What's wrong? You homophobic? You don't want to watch this?"
I'm gonna go to first off. I'm gonna make a comment about what you just said about how they using our women. Think about this though. Most of us are being raised by single mothers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And your mothers and your grandmother is the ones that's teaching you the best way they can to raise you. As a, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to be a man,
right,
or whatever. But when you get the mind of the mother to hand down to that male child, that boy, and you got to depend on, you know what I'm saying, that you doing the right thing as the mother and raising this little boy, and now you surprised that he be starting liking dudes. You know what I'm saying? You surprised because you telling him. I'm not saying that you should hate gay people or not or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. But you are introducing this type of stuff to him as young. When they're really young or whatever, they're not even teenagers, and you introducing this kind of stuff because for one, you sitting at home watching P-Valley, you at home watching this ratchet housewife crap with these little or the love and hip hop with the I seen the gayest rapper motherfucker ever in my life. Like I'm like, man, I'm not watching none of this stuff. I don't want to watch none of this crap.
Exactly. Yeah, because that's not an image we want to. You know, we don't even want to really. I guess you do want them to see it so you know what not to be. But you know what I'm saying?
But my thing is,
they've influenced them in another way though.
Just think about this. If your parent, no matter man, your father or your mom, is being entertained by this,
right?
You're gonna want to see what is the entertainment about. I want to see this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to indulge in what you got going on because this look fun. You like this? Right. All right. Well, let me sit here and take this in as an 8-year-old. Exactly. As an 8-year-old, and I want to watch it with you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, this is how I'm gonna spend time with my mama because for one, she been at work all week. I ain't seen her. I've been to school and this and that. And now this is the only time she got to chill, and she gonna let me watch it with her. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Let's watch it together.
This crap.
And now we sitting here looking like two hens in the coop, talking about this gay stuff and all this other crazy shit going on, and all this hood rat action. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm just saying though, man.
Love is love, right? That's what they tell you, right?
Man, look,
love is love, right?
They can tell me whatever, but I know what it is.
And you know what I mean? And that's where we get to it, like. When they say here saying kids can choose what they want to be.
Man, no.
You try to steer them in the way you want them to go.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
When you was 10, 12 years old,
okay,
was you able to choose to dress like a girl?
Man, I would have got my head busted.
Was you able to choose to go steal from the store?
I would have got my head busted.
Was you able to just slap around your mama?
I wouldn't be here talking to you.
Exactly. Right. You can't make choices as a kid. Your choices is made for you. Like when you go to the doctor, you can't tell the doctor, yeah, work on me, do some surgery on me, because you're a fucking minor. You can't do that.
Right.
Your mom or your parent, your guardian has to say, okay, they're gonna have to clear it with the guardian or the parent. You can't just say as a kid, you can't make that decision. If you can't make that decision, then that means how can you make the other type of decisions?
To be, I'm a girl now.
No, you can't make that kind of decision.
It's in our world now, man, and it's crazy that if you turn on Disney Channel, it's a possibility that it's going to be a punk on the Disney Channel.
The crazy part is it's been like that since A was younger, for one. Like since A probably was like a toddler or something. Like just think about Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew was a goddamn rapist. Like,
man. But you didn't look at it like that.
No, you didn't.
I understand.
But as an adult,
was he a really rapist, or he just was just thirsty?
Very specific, right?
Exactly. But think of. All right, so
he could have been, but I don't know. I think that's taking it to the level.
Just think about your. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put your sister in this situation. Okay. What if a guy just came up to your sister kissing all over? Hey man, come on, man, T, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? I don't even know you like that. You gonna want to beat his ass.
But I get it, man.
But I'm just saying.
But you all gotta remember, man. Listen, when that cat put that put that white stripe on, it became a skunk, right?
To the skunk, yeah.
All right, that's what you know what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying, but that's the world we living in. Instagram, you got chicks shaking booty all over that motherfucker, and then don't expect nobody to be like, yo, yeah, you got a nice ass. And then get mad.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
How can if I make a cheeseburger, you gonna say, that look good?
Look, listen,
you want to eat it?
You know what
I mean? Like
she got mad because you didn't pay for her OnlyFans to see it.
He wasn't the right one.
But she shouldn't have put it out for free
because she said that's the promo.
I can't compliment the promo.
No, dog, you got to go pay for it.
That's it.
Look,
You thirsty?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Thirsty now.
You got to pay
You know what I'm
for
saying?
it.
Then you got this crazy little shit with Popeye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You think you can eat spinach and just like beat up somebody for a check that's just she want to go fuck with
right?
dude.
Exactly. She
to
wanted to
go
fool
cheat.
with Bruno.
She wanted to go messing with dude, but my dude too jealous. He ain't gonna have that. He about to go fight this dude. You fighting over the same chick all the time.
Olive Oyl wanted Bruno.
Yes.
And Popeye kept trying to save her from Bruno.
Exactly.
Because he whooped
this
Bruno.
This is the shit we going through today.
He whooped Bruno, and that's why Olive Oyl was actually with him. Because he whooped Bruno.
He beat Bluto ass. You know what I'm saying? But then Bluto would always come over and try to snatch her up. He was like a gorilla, though. He was like a gorilla pimp. He try to go and just snatch her up and just
So
take her.
what about what is Tweety Bird? Is it a boy or girl?
You right.
That's androgyny at its best. Because
You know
you
what I'm
don't
saying?
know. Is it? You don't know.
I don't.
I always thought he was a boy, but he was marketed to girls.
That's what I'm saying.
I never knew really what it was. Honestly, I thought it was a boy.
Honestly, I never even thought about it.
Just like
until
Mickey Mouse.
I got older.
Everybody know Mickey Mouse a boy, but he marketed to little kids and girls.
Yeah. But it is what it is, man. We got our world is crazy enough.
It is
very
crazy.
So we say that we want everybody to. What is the slogan again, bro?
Man, stay ready, stay safe, man.
Yeah.
Stay ready, stay safe.
Stay safe.
You can holler at.
Oh, so one more time
right.
before we get up out of here, man. What is the importance of having a black gun club?
All right.
Just before we get for the closing statement.
Because I mean, personally, I feel like a black gun club, like I said, it brings more of us together to actually learn about firearms. Because I keep going back to it. When you put black people guns, they always attribute guns to crime. So by starting a black gun club, it actually get more people to understand guns, safety of guns, and actually have fellowship with firearms that you can go hunting, fishing, shooting, competition shoot, anything that's gun related besides just protecting yourself, and also have the protection part in there because you're training to protect yourself as well as part of the club.
Yeah.
Because think of it like when I think of club, I always think of social group. Like I said, bikers have their own social group.
Yeah.
Think about it. You got all type of fraternities or this and this are all social groups.
Yeah.
Or clubs that come together for you have like-minded people to come together to actually express your like-mindedness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm very pro black gun club because I believe in black gun advocacy. I believe that we should all come together and actually start making it normal that we have guns. Yeah. Because one thing before we go, think about it when we didn't have guns. That's when they took the land from us, and that's when we was in the situation that we was in because we couldn't defend ourselves. That's why when you take
that Turner, that's why they don't want us to arm ourselves because of that kind of situation.
Well, yeah. And that's why they never tell you the history about like I said on the last show about Bass Reeves. You would never learn about Bass Reeves unless you really dig deep into American history. That Bass Reeves was the first U.S. Marshal. They would never tell you that because he was so infamous. That's why you can't, you know what I'm saying, you start hearing more about him because technically he was the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
But in the 50s, they started making the Lone Ranger a white man. But the Lone Ranger was built off Bass Reeves.
Yeah. It's a lot. They stole a lot of stuff.
Yeah, just like the whole cowboy thing.
Yeah.
White boys wasn't cowboys.
Nah.
They was gold miners.
Exactly.
They was digging in dirt.
The real cowboys was black people and Mexicans. Those were the real desperados. That's where the word comes from.
Yeah,
Desperado.
Desperado. That's like more of a Hispanic kind of term, right?
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Everything was Mexico until almost Washington State.
Wow, all of California.
Yeah, that's why we all connected. Them motherfuckers started annexing and taking over stuff.
They annexed Mexico, and they moved. Mexico literally ran from almost Washington, like literally where Oregon is, all the way down to what you know is Mexico. That was all Mexico. So that means
and
you
they
got
say, oh no, you
Oregon,
Spanish people can't come here.
Oregon all the way over to Texas was Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow. Think about that. Think about that landmass.
Yeah,
that's a lot of Mexico, man. That's
a
lot of stuff they
for
stole.
one, we only had 13 colonies in the beginning, and Ohio is one of the original first 13 states.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And then they took that, so that made the country even bigger.
The Louisiana Purchase was the biggest scam job in American history.
Wow. Hey, everybody's go ahead check out the Louisiana Purchase, man. Y'all be surprised.
Man, listen. Thomas Jefferson, when he got over, boy, he got over.
Yeah.
$15 million for the equivalence of 15 states.
Wow.
So think about that.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a dope move. But I mean, not dope, but I mean, if it was me, it would be a
you
dope
said
move.
gorilla pimp, right?
He gorilla pimp that.
Gorilla pimp that.
Yeah.
He got New York, New Jersey, Louisiana, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. All this was part of the Louisiana Purchase that he took from people's land already. He gave the French $15 million to take land for the Native Americans that was already there. How you gonna buy something that you don't own?
He was there. It's a lot of stuff we can get into that, but hey, we can get in. We can talk about this kind of stuff all day. But as time is getting short right now, I would like to say, man, I appreciate you coming through for the second time. You always welcome back again because it's never enough knowledge you can gain off of this.
I learned too much. It ain't never too much learning. I learned a whole lot today. You know,
today was like very knowledgeable and
informative.
Yeah, people need to know this stuff, man.
You know what I'm saying? I love coming here, man. This is one of my favorite things to do, man.
Make sure that y'all take the number off the flyer that's promoted on here today for Kev, and you call him and you get your CCWs or any questions you need or whatever you need. Just call him and talk to him, man. It's OPNation Talk. You know where to find us at, man. We on Facebook, IG, Raider Shark 4 on IG. Anybody else real quick?
Right, man. Same as plug right here. Sniper_Kev with an underscore at the end of the Kev. Hit me up for all your CCW needs or anything. Just want to go out and shoot. I'm there for you.
OG DJ A on Facebook. OG.DJA on Instagram. OPNation Talk.
So great.